boys and girls, to an exciting episode of Emperor Jonwayne's Freaky Flix. And today I'm going to celebrate one of my favorite cultures in the world, the culture of China, by presenting my personal favorite Chinese cultural icon of all times. If you doubt how much I love the Chinese culture, just ask anyone who works at the local Chinese buffet. They will tell you how often I spend my time there celebrating their culture and enjoying their food. So, I, of course, am Emperor Jonwayne Frankenstein, your host of horror, your king of cringe, your master of misery and mayhem. And, of course, I bring to you some of the greatest classics, cult, horror, action, western, and other such movies of all time. Sometimes the movies are so cheesy, I have to bring them to you almost live from the cheese capital of the world, Wisconsin. So today, with our celebration of Chinese culture, I'm going to honor one of the great horror icons of all time. One of the greatest and first arch-villains ever. The great and infamous Fiendish Dr. Fumanchu with the Drums of Fu Manchu. Fumanchu, of course, is the celestial god and celestial emperor in charge of the great organization, the Sci-Fan, a group of tongs. They're kind of like ninjas, but with a Chinese vent. And a master of both science and magic, combining the two together for diabolical purposes in the conquest of the world. Now, sadly, Fu Manchu doesn't get a lot of love anymore. In fact, you barely see him nowadays because some people think that it's racist to have a Chinese arch-villain. But the thing about Dr. Fu Manchu, if you actually know his origin, he's actually extremely sympathetic. Now, in the origin in the story, he was originally a scientist that was working with the British Empire and working with the Western world with trades and selling things. But then there came a war, an opium war, caused by the British Empire when the Chinese government decided they didn't like them poisoning their people and destroying their society by forcing them to let them sell opium in the streets of China, which was, well, destroying their people, their society, having people's brains rot out. And when China made it illegal, Britain got mad and declared war and went and invaded China until China was forced to let them sell their drugs and poison their people. Now it just so happens that Fu Manchu's castle was one of those that got assaulted by the British Empire despite him being a British ally. And in the ensuing battle, not only did he lose his castle and his property, but his beloved wife and young son, the only heir to his legacy, were killed and murdered. This drove Dr. Fu Manchu mad with a passionate desire for revenge, thus making him become the arch nemesis and villain that he later would be, the man dedicated to conquering the Western world and getting revenge on the descendants of those officers that murdered his family. So as you can see, in reality, he's somewhat of a sympathetic character, at least for the reasons for his evil, vile, horrible activities. Much like the mutant Magneto of Marvel X-Men. But sadly, for cultural reasons, today they suppress this great villain, this great icon of horror, and don't make too many new episodes about him. But we'll discuss that a little later. For now, I've already built it up enough and talked enough. But before we roll it, this is your last chance to get your snacks. Because let's face it, old-time movies are best with a big bucket of popcorn. and some boxes of theater candy. Today I have the ever classic Milk Duds and Red Rageous Mike and Ike's, because I love eating things that are the color red. Yeah! And of course you need a big oversized soda, so I have some imitation Mountain Dew right here to wash all the popcorn down. So, quick put it on pause and get your snacks and then gather around. And just like good old friends, we'll all sit around and watch this together, because it's always better to watch movies with a friend. They say misery loves company, and so do we. All right, pause now. Okay, that's enough pausing. You must have your snacks by now, or maybe you don't need them. Maybe you're trying to watch your girlish figure. But you know what? It doesn't matter if there's a little bit of extra of you. That just means there's more of you to love. Look at me. I got plenty to love. Woohoo! In any case, it is time for me to say, roll it! The Drums of Fu Manchu! By Sex Romer. Henry Brandon is Fu Manchu! Yes, Sir Denis Nayland Smith. Chapter 1, Fu Manchu Strikes! From the pages of fiction steps the most sinister figure of all time, Fu Manchu! Skilled in the ancient mysteries of the Orient, he is a modernist tomorrow, ruthless, ageless, holding himself above human law. He embarks upon the most stupendous crimes, the conquest of Asia! And with him comes the thunder of his summons to death, the Drums of Fu Manchu!
621 Burnside Avenue. Turn right on the next corner, please.
Nayland Smith!
Petrie, you're a perfect target in that light.
A dacoit knife. Then Fumanchu is here in California?
Precisely.
But Nayland, I thought you'd run him to earth in Burma.
So did I. So did the Foreign Office. But I failed.
But I don't understand. What deviltry is he up to now?
The most stupendous crime of his career. Nothing less than the conquest of Asia and the annihilation of every man who does not bow to his will.
But this is incredible.
Oh, follow me closely, Petrie. A year ago, the Foreign Office sent me to Asia. After months in the hills, I perfected a disguise as a holy man.
I see men before me who bear upon them the marks of bullet, gun butt, and bayonet. Wounds inflicted by an alien race who come upon us as benefactors, but remain as conquerors. Wounds that cry out for vengeance. Your fathers have told you, as their fathers told them, that a new leader would rise among you. You have not long to wait. It is written that the coming will be in the holy year, and this is the holy year.
And that sort of thing is going on from the Neahala Mountains to Branipur. This man Ranhar sang, to whom I listened, is but one of many. As a matter of fact, too many for safety.
It's fantastic. Incredible.
Furthermore, I know that Fu Manchu is here in California. I know also that Ranhar Sang is here. Here to confer with the most sinister secret organization in the world, the Sci-Fan.
Gentlemen of the Sci-Fan.
Sugar rush.
I have summoned you here because events of grave importance have come to pass. But before I discuss these matters, I want you to hear from Ranhar Sang.
Illustrious one, those things which you instructed me to do have been done. There is increasing revolt in the hills. The people await impatiently the appearance of the scepter.
I have promised that the sacred scepter will appear during this, the holy year. Each day brings us closer to the tomb of the great Khan.
But I thought Sir Lionel Barton's scroll gave us full direction to the tomb.
Translation of the Barton scroll shows that it is but one of three. Until we possess them all, the location of Genghis Khan's tomb will be hidden from us.
The illustrious one know where these other scrolls exist?
Yes. The scroll I require for further instruction was brought to America in the Delite Nuck by Dr. Parker, the eminent archaeologist.
Then we may assume that this scroll, too, will come into our possession?
I move against Dr. Parker tonight.
Mr. Parker, are you certain you told me everything concerning your father's activities in Asia?
Yes, sir. I realize there isn't much to go on. But I know if any man can run down this Fu Manchu, you can.
I hope so. Peter, do you suppose that...
Dr. Peters' office? Oh, just a minute, please. It's for you, Mr. Parker.
Alan Parker speaking. Oh, yes, I see. Wally Winchester of the Record Herald.
This is Mr. Winchester's secretary speaking. He asked me to phone you to have you be sure and listen in on his Record 5 o'clock newscast. He says he has a scoop that will mean a lot to you.
Hey, wait a minute. Operator. Operator. She hung up.
What was the call?
From Wally Winchester's secretary. You know, the gossip columnist. She said he was going on the air at 5 o'clock with a scoop that would mean a lot to me. It must be about my father.
Well, it's a minute to 5 now.
Tune in your wireless.
Yes.
Attention, Mr. and Mrs. Reader of the Record Herald. This is Wally Winchester, your ace reporter with spot news from the hot spots of the world. Attention, members of the local police. Attention, agents of the FBI. Here are the developments in the kidnapping of Dr. James Parker. Only a few minutes before going on the air, I learned that Dr. Parker is still alive. But his life hangs in the balance because he is a prisoner in the hands of the greatest criminal of modern times, Dr. Fu Manchu. Furthermore, I know that Dr. Parker is being held a prisoner at number...
Get rid of that radio station, Petrie.
As a medical man, will you do what you can, Doctor?
Why, certainly.
Thank you. Well, Sir Nayland, what's behind all this?
Fu Manchu is behind this, Lieutenant.
Who could possibly kill a man alone in the room?
The man died instantly, Nayland. Poison acting directly on the brain, I should say. There's not the sign of a wound.
I see. Just as I thought. See that mark on his throat?
Oh, yes, of course. Probably a bit of shading lather.
It's what remains of one of Fu Manchu's gelatinous darts.
Gelatinous dart.
Precisely.
Do you mean a poison dart that disintegrates in a matter of minutes?
Yes. The body heat which remains after death absorbs it.
But how was it fired?
Here's the weapon. The dart was fired from this microphone. There's a fine coiled spring anchored to the diaphragm.
But what fired it?
The drums of Fu Manchu. You see, the diaphragm acted as a trigger, and the sustained rhythm of the drums tripped it.
And killed him just as he was going to reveal where my father is being held.
Exactly. But surely Winchester gave that information to someone.
I'm afraid not. The station manager said they'd be in his notes, but we can't find them.
Well, obviously, Fu Manchu has not killed your father outright as he did Sir Lionel Barton.
Sir Lionel Barton? Why, I knew him well. He was an associate of my father's.
What?
Yes, he and Professor Randolph accompanied us on our last expedition to Asia.
You hear that, Petrie? Where could we find Professor Randolph now?
Why, at the Randolph Mongolian Foundation, I suppose.
Lieutenant, will you provide a guard of the Foundation? We are dealing with a murderous madman whose next victim will be Professor Randolph. You and Petrie come with me.
What is it, Blake?
It's my mummy.
Perfect specimen, sir.
Who said it?
I don't know, sir.
That's odd.
That's peculiar. I've never seen a locked mummy case before.
I'll answer, sir. Oh, how do you do, Mr. Parker?
How are you, Blake? This is Sir Nayland Smith of the British Foreign Office and Dr. Petrie. We would like to see Professor Randolph.
Certainly. Come in, please.
What is it, Blake?
Sir Nayland Smith of the British Foreign Office and Dr. Petrie wish to see you. Mr. Alan Parker and the policeman are with them.
Hello, Alan.
How are you, Professor? This is Sir Nayland Smith
How do you do, sir?
and Dr. Petrie.
How do you do, sir?
Doctor?
We've come to see you on a personal matter, sir.
Oh, Blake has been with me for 20 years. What is it, gentlemen?
It concerns your safety, Professor. And you're in as great danger as were Dr. Parker and Sir Lionel Barton.
Why, only last night, Nayland barely escaped death at the hands of a dacoit.
Dacoit? What is a dacoit, Sir Nayland?
One of Fu Manchu's men of murder.
Speaking of men of murder,
Fu Manchu, among other things, is an adept brain surgeon. By operating on the frontal lobe, he kills that part of the mind controlling the will. Thereafter, anyone so operated upon becomes his abject slave.
Horrible.
Yes. And it leaves the victim horribly disfigured. A great jagged scar across the forehead.
We must capture Professor Randolph.
He is to be taken alive and brought to my illustrious father. Remove him in the mummy case in which I was brought here.
In view of what you tell me, Sir Nayland, perhaps I should...
Sergeant.
A dacoit loose!
The Drums of Fu Manchu.
Quickly, get the guards.
Right.
I'll get my pistol.
There's another in the watchman's desk.
Alan, look out!
A dacoit. We can get the gun this way, Sir Nayland.
Go back, Professor Randolph. I'll find Alan.
Yes, sir.
Blake!
What happened?
I don't know. Professor Randolph! Professor Randolph!
Where's Randolph?
I thought he was with you. Where's the professor?
He's gone.
Gone? Fu Manchu?
I'm afraid so, Alan.
We haven't a single clue to work on.
Perhaps we have. Winchester must have made a copy of his notes.
If we can get that copy, we can find the address where my father's being held. I'll call the Record Herald.
Better still, we'll go down there. Come, Petrie.
Blake, call an ambulance.
It always moves me deeply to see two old friends meet. I trust you will remember that it was I who brought you together. Tell me, gentlemen, have you changed your decision concerning the Delight plaque?
Why do you want the plaque?
Since we are, in a sense, brother scientists, I do not mind telling you that the Dalai Plak is one of the keys to the lost tomb of Genghis Khan.
Greater reason why we refuse to surrender it.
Then I must resort to sterner methods. Will you step this way, gentlemen? An ingenious device, invented by the Emperor Lo Pai, a kindly soul and a great student of human nature. It is called the Seven Gates to Paradise. A body, let us say yours, Professor Randolph, is strapped in. The first gate is opened, and some of my small, hungry friends are permitted to join my guests. I have had guests who have successfully passed 3 of the gates, but not one has ever come through the 4th. Perhaps you will be more fortunate, Professor Randolph.
Why, you!
It's no use, Jim.
What this murdering swine
Enough
will...
of this.
Why, you! I can't stand this.
It's all right. Alan and the others may be nearer than we think.
Just another letter to a contributor. Here it is. Furthermore, I know that Dr. Parker is being held...
That's it. That's what Winchester was saying when he was killed.
Being held a prisoner at 541 Shanghai Street.
541 Shanghai Street. That's in the heart of Chinatown.
Then we've no time to lose.
Where do you get that
For the last time, Professor Randolph, I ask you to surrender the Dalai Plak. If you refuse, you enter the first gate to paradise.
I won't give it to you.
And may you be the first of my guests to pass the 4th gate.
Stop this fiendish business. I'll tell you what the Dalai Plak is.
Don't do it, Jim.
It's a timely decision, Dr. Parker.
Randolph's daughter Mary is bringing it here from the Smithsonian Institute.
And when does the young lady arrive?
On the Sunrise Limited in the morning. What are you going to do? Surely even you would not harm.
Dr. Parker, no harm will come to Miss Randolph.
And ourselves?
You will both remain here until the Dalai Plak is safely in my hands.
Clap on, clap off, clap on, clap off.
Follow suite. Attend me carefully.
Yes, illustrious father.
The Dalai Plak is on its way west with Randolph's daughter. You must get it tonight.
But will they not see your hand in this?
The train upon which she rides will be destroyed after we get the Plak. An unfortunate accident. Assemble my dacoits and prepare to leave at once. There is much to do.
Careful, Jim. That thing is probably deadly.
We'll see if it is. There's no escaping this place.
Well, our only hope is that Alan may locate us.
Certain this is the correct address?
Yes, but I'm beginning to believe Winchester was having a reporter's dream.
There's nothing back there but an old stool.
This way!
Look out, Alan! The light! Where's Fumanchu?
He left here some time ago. But we've got to stop him. He's after marrying the Dalai Platte.
Dad!
Jim, never mind me. Stop Fumanchu. Get a plane and warn Mary.
But I can't leave you like this.
You must. Randolph will take care of me.
All right, Dad. I'll need you, Sir Nayland.
Right, Alan.
Sound like a gunshot, Tom.
Illustrious Father, the switch is open. Both trains are on the same track. And when they meet, the Sunrise Limited will be but a thing of twisted metal.
scepter of Genghis Khan and reconquer Asia. Mary Randolph has the Dalai plague, which contains including the lost tomb of the Genghis Khan. Doctrines Fumanchu's men of murder have been sent to get the plaque and destroy the tree which Mary rides. Alan Parker, knowing Fumanchu's plan, makes desperate attempts to save Mary Holy deja vu! I feel like we've already seen this. See, in the old days, the studios didn't do that. Let me play the last few scenes.
Illustrious Father, the switch is open. Both trains are on the same track. And when they meet, the Sunrise Limited will be but a thing of twisted metal.
Most stunning, aligned drafts
We'll have to jump. There's a train heading into us.
So you allowed the Dalai plaque to fall into the hands of my enemy, Sir Nayland Smith.
Illustrious one!
Silence! You know the fate that awaits those who fail me.
Illustrious one!
Octopus! Stock footage back.
The Dalai plaque contains the second of 3 scrolls that will lead me to the tomb of Genghis Khan.
Does Sir Nayland know this?
If he finds the scroll, he will know everything.
There is still time to act. The scroll has not yet been translated.
Someone familiar with the 6th cuneiform will have to translate the scroll for Sir Nayland. If I know who that person is, before the parchment is placed in his hands, then... Look, Mr. Guy here. Give this to him. Tell him to go to the Randolph Mongolian Foundation and...
And you say Mary is in no danger?
No, sir. Just shaken up a bit. And fortunately for us, Fu Manchu did not get the Dalai plaque. What does Fu Manchu want with it anyway?
Just before one of his dacoits killed your father, Fu Manchu told us it was one of the keys to the lost tomb of Genghis Khan.
In some way, the plot concerns his plan to gain control of a vast and immensely rich section of Central Asia. It must have about it some information we haven't as yet discovered.
Unquestionably related to the sacred scepter of the great Khan.
Precisely. Genghis Khan's scepter was in tune with him. And without it, Fu Manchu cannot fulfill the prophecy of the Holy Year.
Dr. Parker made a translation. While I don't recall the exact wording, I can assure you it was nothing unusual.
I see. However, I think a strict investigation should be made.
Will you carry on, Professor? In general, to what do the hieroglyphics refer?
To the reign of Genghis Khan, or to be more exact, to his death.
Fu Manchu must have sent him after that plaque.
Precisely. Let's take him upstairs.
If we could locate Dr. Parker's notes on his translation, they no doubt would help us solve our problem, but I just...
Say, I wonder if there's any chance it might contain a secret compartment.
Well, if so, it's extremely well concealed.
The eye is loose. It looks like an old manuscript.
It's a papyrus.
Can you translate it, Professor?
No, it's beyond me, but I know someone who can. Me Madison 1121. Dr. Humphrey, please.
Good morning, Professor. What may I do for you?
I have a 3rd Dynasty Mongolian papyrus I'd like you to decipher.
I'll be glad to translate it for you. Bring it over this afternoon.
Thank you, Doctor. About 2.
Who is Dr. Humphrey?
He's the curator of the Mongolian division of the International Geographic Society.
Dr. Humphrey, curator of the Mongolian division of the International Geographic Society. For Dr. Humphrey.
Do you have any curios of the same dynasty?
Yes, several. Would you like to see one?
If I may.
It was taken from a temple in Tibet last year.
Exquisite. An important piece?
No, one of the lesser idols, but perfect in every detail.
Smoking, it's gonna kill ya.
A friend of mine, a friend.
Quiet. Relax. Listen carefully. You have inhaled the incense of obedience. Fu Manchu is your master. You will obey him without question.
Fu Manchu is my master. I will obey him without question.
In a little while, Professor Randolph will bring you a papyrus to translate. You will take it to Fu Manchu. In the parking lot, there is a car with an Oriental driver. Use it. Answer it. Remember.
Doc Humphrey.
Good afternoon, Professor. Alan, come in. Sit down. We believe this refers to the lost tomb of Genghis Khan.
How long will it take you to translate it?
The lost tomb of Genghis Khan? The goal of every archaeologist in the world.
Doctor, how long will it take you to translate it?
Not long. I'll need a cryptograph frequency tabulator. Excuse me.
Musty sort of a place. What is it? What do you call it? A cryptograph frequency tabulator? What is it?
Just a large blackboard for the registration of the frequency of letters.
I'll help him carry it in. The door's locked.
You must be mistaken.
Something's wrong.
Dr. Humphrey and I will be engaged for a time. See that we're not disturbed.
Humphrey's at 406 Clay Street. Dacoit brought him there.
Dacoit?
Yes, you better hurry. 406 Clay Street. I think we found Fu Manchu.
We'll be there directly.
Don't move. I'll take that. Stay where you are. I should kill you, but in this country, we believe in letting the law take its course.
The law you mentioned, Mr. Parker, clearly indicates that a man is held innocent until proven guilty.
Sir Nayland Smith alone has enough evidence to hang you. Stand up.
Time for us to take a quick break. You are watching the drums of Dr. Fu Manchu. And Fu Manchu, like I said before, is one of the most influential archetype villains of all time. Now, first of all, the Fu Manchu mustache and beard has got its own name and is called the Fu Manchu, which alone is quite a compliment. When you're a villain that has your own facial hairstyle named after you, you're doing pretty good. Now, as far as imitation being the sincerest form of flattery, the arch-villain Ming the Merciless is a blatant attempt to make a cosmic version of the Dr. Fu Manchu. He's got the image down perfectly, and of course combines, well, in this case, it's hard to tell where the mysticism and the technology begin and end, but you know, Fu Manchu's thing is combining magic and technology and science. And Ming the Merciless, well, he comes from Mars or beyond, depending on what version of it you're watching. And his technology is so advanced it seems like magic. And then he's got that magic ring, pew, 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 that he can zap people with and stuff. And of course, the Fu Manchu patent mustache and beard. Then, in Marvel Comics, they had 3 versions of Fu Manchu. The most famous version is the Mandarin, Iron Man's arch nemesis, who is a blatant copy. Of course, there was also the Yellow Claw. Sadly, I can't show you any pictures of that because Marvel has removed every picture they have of him from the internet. I guess the fact that it's a Chinese emperor, imperial villain with yellow skin they felt was a little too questionable and perhaps just slightly racist, so they're trying to pretend like he never existed. And for a while they actually had the rights for Fu Manchu, but now they no longer do. So Shang-Chi, one of the great martial arts Marvel superheroes, father was actually Fu Manchu originally. Then there's DC Comics with the most unique ripoff of Dr. Fu Manchu, Egg Fu. Egg Fu is a giant, and I mean he's about the size of a football stadium, giant yellow egg that is a communist and one of the leaders in communist China with a prehensile mustache. An alien egg with a prehensile mustache that is a communist in China. Needless to say, DC Comics isn't too proud of the original version of Egg Fu, so they recently redid him. Now he's just an alien egg about the size of a person that uses a robot body, and he doesn't look Chinese at all, and he's one of Harlequin's henchmen. But you gotta give credit where credit's due. Egg Fu was definitely one of the weirdest and most unique supervillains of all time. And of course, we all know Lo Pan from Big Trouble in Little China, another blatant imitation of Dr. Fu Manchu. Of course, with Lopan, they emphasized his mystical skills and downplayed the scientific things, but it was still essentially the same character with the same aesthetics. And of course, let us not forget one of my favorite TV series, Doctor Who, where they had the talons of Wang Chiang. And the Hessen Chang was a stage magician that actually had real psychic powers, and a ventriloquist dummy that was actually a cyborg made out of pig parts that went around murdering people for him. And he also had an army of tongs that went around assassinating people for him as well. And for those of you who don't know, a tong is kind of like the Chinese equivalent of a ninja, you know, the hired assassin, help, and murders for the bad guys. Well, in any case, unfortunately, now this episode of Doctor Who was considered classic by several, and also considered one of the best episodes of Doctor Who ever made. But there's been a lot of movement to remove it and not let people watch it anymore, because there's a lot of people that are upset that Chang was played by a British actor, that they used makeup to make him look Chinese. Which is most unfortunate, because it is really a great episode. Of course, now they're trying to eliminate Fu Manchu entirely from the history of cinema, comic books, movies, and books, which is quite a shame, because he's a great arch-villain. And with that said, it is time for us to get back to the movie. Let us roll it! Chapter 3! Sir Nayland Smith of Scotland Yard finds the scroll of the Dalai Plague. Fumanchu found the scroll contains vital clues to the location of Genghis Khan's tomb. Wants to get possession. Dr. Humphrey, the only man able to translate the scroll, is hypnotized by Fa Lo Sui. Alan Parker follows Dr. Humphrey through Fumanchu.
Don't move. I'll take that. Stay where you are. I should kill you. But in this country, we believe in letting the law take its course. Stand up.
This way.
chance of getting through from this side. Come on. Look here, what's this? It's water. Must be a control switch somewhere close by. This must be it. Stand back. Alan! Nasty spot for you, Alan.
Yes, and if it wasn't for you, I'd probably still be in there.
Did you get the Delhi scroll?
This is one time we got the better of Fu Manchu.
Humphrey!
Are you all right?
Yes, just a trifle dizzy, though.
Alan, get a chair.
I can't understand it. Humphrey attacked me, and I had to knock him out to save myself.
He's probably under the influence of a hypnotic drug and completely under Fu Manchu's control.
In the 45th year of the dynasty Chang, I, Hulagai Khan, am prepared to join my illustrious ancestor, the mighty Genghis Khan. My pardon.
This must be one of the scrolls telling of the location of the lost tomb of Genghis Khan.
It is. Without it, Fu Manchu cannot possibly find the sacred scepter buried with the great Khan.
Attend me, Humphrey. Attend me carefully. Fumanchu is your master.
Drums. The drums. They're saying things. Don't you hear them?
He's still feeling the effects of the drug. It'll soon pass.
Attend me carefully, Humphrey. The sixth cuneiform key at the Mongolian Foundation. You must have it. Send Mary and no one else.
The sixth cuneiform key at the Mongolian Foundation. Mary, you know where it is filed. Will you get it for me?
I'd be glad to, Dr. Humphrey.
I'll see you to the door, Mary.
Goodbye. I'll be back shortly.
Oh, Mary. I think I better go with you.
Swell.
There are more paths than one to the door of an enemy. And now the first step along a new path is taken.
Dong, da dong, dong, dong.
The light switch is by the other door. This place gives me the chills. I'm always expecting one of those mummies to start walking around.
What is it?
Over there.
There goes your prowling mummy. isn't just another trick of Fu Manchu's, is it?
One never knows. But this can be said for Fu Manchu. He will keep his word. Someone's coming this way. Steady, son. Youth is ever impetuous.
But youth serves me well. I'm able to make this call upon you without fear of reprisals because the young and charming Miss Randolph is now in my custody. I am certain the safety of your daughter is as precious to you as the manuscript you possess is precious to me.
And the safety of my daughter is the price of the Dalai Scroll?
A distasteful bargain, even for you, Fu Manchu. May I have a word with my friends?
We're dealing with more than individuals, Sir Nayland. I'd give my life for my daughter, and I know that Mary would do
That's the finest thing I've ever heard. But it isn't necessary to sacrifice Mary's life. Let Fu Manchu do the dictating. We can still save the Dalai Scroll.
As you say, Sir Nayland.
We are ready, Fu Manchu. We accept your bargain on this condition. You will deliver Mary into the hands of Alan Parker, at which time he will turn the Dalai Scroll over to you. We, of course, exact your word that they will be unmolested.
Cleverly spoken, Sir Nayland. If Mr. Parker will accompany me, I shall be glad to complete the transaction.
Is that all right with you, Alan?
Certainly.
Thank you, gentlemen, for a very pleasant interview.
Please.
Where's Mary?
Miss Randolph is here, quite safe. Take off. You have nothing to fear. This is merely a precaution in case anyone followed us.
Help!
Your friend seems to be getting a little impatient. And now, Mr. Parker, the manuscript.
Where are you taking us now that we've kept our promise?
I am not taking you anywhere. You and Miss Parker are leaving now. It will be quite safe once you put these on.
Master! Master!
I shall see what it is. Take off that parachute.
What for?
If you don't mind, Mr. Parker, will you take over the controls? Very clever, Miss Randolph, but badly timed. Now you will both have the experience you so kindly prepared for me. Contact my daughter.
Three KRD, calling 3 FLS. Calling 3 FLS. Come in, please.
3 FLS answering. Go ahead, 3KRD.
I have the manuscript, but circumstances forced me to leave the plane by parachute. I shall land in Rocky Pass. Meet me there. May I remind you that among my people, honor is a sacred thing, and those who defile it can expect no mercy. Happy landings.
Mary, see if there are more parachutes.
There are none, Alan.
Fumanchu wins this time. You can't land within 50 miles of here.
It's all my fault. I knew about Fu Manchu's plan and broke the gas line, thinking he'd be trapped after we left.
We've got one chance. If I can clear the top of that mountain, we might be able to glide to a landing on the other side.
Ooh, I can't take the suspense! And speaking of Doom, now before I was talking about the various Marvel characters that were inspired by Fu Manchu, I forgot to give honorable mention to Doctor Doom. While Doctor Doom doesn't look anything like Fu Manchu, he bears a lot in common with him. Now, Fu Manchu is the celestial emperor of the Siphon. Dr. Doom is the king of La Treveria and the gypsies. But both Fu Manchu and Dr. Doom are men of their words and have a strong sense of honor, although even if it's somewhat twisted and evil. Both of them will keep their words, but you have to pay very close attention because they will manipulate their wordage in such a manner as to not give you necessarily what you want unless you force them to be very concise. And then, of course, both Dr. Doom and Fu Manchu are super geniuses that combine magic and technology, super science and super mysticism. And of course, they both have hordes of loyal minions. Now, Dr. Doom likes to use Doombots, which are robots built in his image, whereas Fu Manchu prefers to use animals that he genetically engineers and trains, or mechanical animals that you have various poisons that he generates and uses. But there still is no denying the similarities between the two. That having been said, let's roll it! very safe return. Fu Manchu discovers the gas line is broken as Mary and Alan prepare to leave the aeroplane.
Take off that parachute.
What for?
If you don't mind, Mr. Parker, will you take over the controls? Very clever, Miss Randolph, but badly timed. Now you will both have the experience you so kindly prepared for me. May I remind you that among my people, honor is a sacred thing, and those who defile it can expect no mercy. Happy landings.
Fumanchu wins this time. We can't land within 50 miles of here. We've got one chance. If I can clear the top of that mountain, we might be able to glide to a landing on the other side.
We're gonna crash!
Mary! Mary!
Did you get the Dalai scroll?
Yes, there was no difficulty in spite of the last-minute change in our plans. Have you notified the members of the Saipan Council to assemble?
They're waiting for you at the temple.
Gentlemen of the Saipan. You will be gratified to learn that I have secured the Dalai scroll, second link to the chain that will lead us to the location of Genghis Khan's tomb and the sacred scepter.
The tribesmen are ripe for revolt now, but unless we can bring them the scepter...
Within a few weeks, I shall be in possession of the scepter, and I shall lead the tribesmen in a revolt that will sweep every white enemy from the continent of Asia. The manuscript I have just obtained indicates another scroll, third link in the chain that will lead us to the location of the lost tomb. I plan to secure this scroll at once.
I realize we're both fortunate to be alive, but I still feel responsible for the loss of the scroll.
Well, don't be too downhearted. We haven't really lost it.
What do you mean?
We took the precaution of having a photostatic copy made of it before you gave it to Fu Manchu.
You did? Where is it?
We finally got Professor Humphrey to translate it for us. Randolph has the copy.
Sir Nayland. It seems that the utmost caution was exercised in safeguarding the tomb of Genghis Khan.
You mean this has been a wild goose chase?
Well, not at all. Now, this manuscript does give us a clue to the document that will lead us to the tomb. A document that was hidden away in the tomb of Kelba Khan.
Why, all the documents from Kelba Khan's tomb were brought to this country.
That is correct. They're in the possession of Dr. Chang, an Oriental importer in this city. Now, the paper you want is undoubtedly there, and you should have no trouble in getting a copy of it.
Well, neither will Fu Manchu.
Oh, yes, Sir Nayland. I have the entire Kelba Khan collection.
We've just found out that one of those papers is extremely important, and that Fu Manchu may attempt to get it from you. Please take every precaution to protect it. We'll be down as quickly as possible.
Very good, Sir Nayland. Goodbye.
see we arrived just in time, Dr. Cheng. Please get me that Kelba Khan document at once.
Your fame precedes you, Dr. Fu Manchu. I have promised the document to someone else.
You forced me into a most distasteful act. Tie him up. Quite an ingenious device, don't you think, Dr. Cheng? As you can see, your life is literally hanging by a thread. Loci, though usually most reliable when handling a knife, is not infallible. He might strike the wrong chord. And now, dear Dr. Cheng, kindly oblige me by telling me where this document is. You are very stubborn, my dear doctor. This is your final demonstration, Dr. Cheng. Are you still not convinced that I will stop at nothing to get that document? Have you changed your mind, Dr. Cheng?
Look out!
Fumanchu must be up there. Probably meant for us.
Dr. Chang. He's getting away.
It's too late to stop him now. Let's take care of Dr. Chang. May we see the document now, Dr. Chang?
Certainly. But it won't be necessary. I am thoroughly familiar with its contents.
Splendid. What does it say?
It refers to an inscription in the Temple of the Blind Dragon, which can only be translated with the addition of the Kardak segment. The Kardak segment was taken from the temple and brought to this country. It is now in the possession of Mr. Ezra Howard at his country estate in Sonoma.
I'll call Mr. Howard at once.
I'm afraid that is impossible. Mr. Howard is very eccentric. He lives like a hermit on that estate and allows no phone.
We can still drive up there.
Right.
Fumanchu.
We'll contact you later, Dr. Chang.
There they are.
must have gone in up there.
One of these may fit the lock. I'll go around the back. There should be a fire escape or a rear entrance.
Right.
Be careful, Adam.
Turn around.
This is indeed a surprise, Mr. Parker.
Surprise for you, that is.
I welcome your arrival, Mr. Parker. You see, the dacoit died before he could give me any information. Now you can tell me what was in the Kelba Khan manuscript.
Dr. Chang gave you my answer.
His answer would have been otherwise had you not arrived when you did. I am certain you will not be so fortunate. I have a number of oriental devices for extracting information from stubborn witnesses. But I'm honoring you by the use of an arrangement invented by one of your own countrymen. You're undoubtedly familiar with the admirable writings of Edgar Allan Poe, so you will have no difficulty in recognizing this device, described in his short story, The Pit and the Pendulum. When you see how effectively this machine works, you will, I trust, be persuaded to give me the information I require. Information I require of you is such a small matter, and the price to you so great. I am certain you will see the wisdom of changing your decision.
Next week, Chapter 5, The House of Terror. Now it's time for another break. Just where we want to discuss a little more about the great, epic dynasty of Dr. Fu Manchu. This time we're going to discuss some of the great actors who played him. Now, first of all, Warner Uland played him in the first talkie version, which also had the origin story. There's actually a trilogy of films he did. He did The Mysterious Dr. Fu Manchu, The Return of Dr. Fu Manchu, and Daughter of the Dragon. Now, sadly, I reviewed The Return of Dr. Fu Manchu, but YouTube is blocking it in America, where 66.4% of my viewers come from. So sadly, you have to wait a little while before you see it. About 2 years, I can challenge it because while the movie's already in public domain, in 2 years, all the movies from the 1930s will be in public domain, so they won't have any reason to disallow you from seeing it. Until then, you can probably buy a copy of it on Amazon or One's Media. I think it's actually on YouTube, posted by other people, and other places too. It's a good, fun film. Now, Warner is actually most famous for playing Charlie Chan. Oddly enough, though, even though his two most famous roles, Dr. Fu Manchu and Charlie Chan, are Chinese individuals, he himself is a Swedish-American actor that for some odd reason got typecast as Chinese. But he did play the role with excellent precision, and of course, in his version, the character was somewhat honorable, and of course, they played up the background and the tragic elements as to why he was motivated for revenge, to avenge the death of his wife and son. Then there was Boris Karloff, one of the great horror actors of all time, who played in The Mask of Fu Manchu. And he did a most excellent job playing him as a delightfully demented doctor, a crazy, insane, mad scientist who really loved his evil nature. A really brilliant and fun performance. Highly recommended. Then, of course, Christopher Lee, probably the most known person to play Fu Manchu, because he played him several times. He played Fu Manchu as many times as he played Dracula for Hammer films. Of course, it's interesting because his take on Dracula that people thought was remarkable is he played up Dracula's animalistic, bestial nature, whereas his portrayal of Fu Manchu was the exact opposite. He portrayed Fu Manchu as a cold, distant, emotionless, extremely logical person that never acted on emotion whatsoever and never betrayed any signs of emotion. Although both Dracula and Fu Manchu in the Hammer versions were immortals with mystic powers, but Fu Manchu was also a genius. Dracula, well, it depends on which one. I mean, the satanic rites of Dracula, Dracula was actually a super intelligent businessman that was attempting to sacrifice the entire Earth as a spell component to destroy the universe. But it was weird because he was running a financial empire and was sort of like a James Bond villain. But, of course, you could never forget the Christopher Lee. Probably, like I said, the person most associated with the role. Another quite famous individual to play Fu Manchu was Peter Sellers, best known for playing the Pink Panther, well, Inspector Clouseau of the Pink Panther series. He starred as Fu Manchu in the Fiendish plot of Dr. Fu Manchu. In this one, Fu Manchu's elixir of life is starting to wear off. So he's starting to get ancient again, his age showing. So he has to try to get several key ingredients to recreate the formula to restore his youth. while he's trying to assemble this, his old arch nemesis, Nayland Smith, comes out of retirement to try to battle with wits of him and collect the pieces first. It was a very interesting performance. It was an attempt to be both humorous, yet at the same time a fitting tribute to the Fu Manchu story. It was interesting, to say the least, and one of the more impressive roles for him, for Peter Sellers, in that not only did he play Fu Manchu, but Fu Manchu also disguised himself in several other characters, giving him a chance to really lick his acting chops and go all out. And you can tell in this one, he was having the time of his life playing Dr. Fu Manchu. And of course, Nicolas Cage played Fu Manchu as well. And John Carradine, actually, another famous horror actor, was going to play him for a TV pilot. I don't think they ever picked the pilot up, though, but it's got to be out there somewhere, although I haven't found a copy of it yet. But as you can see, not only is Fu Manchu one of the most influential characters for villain archetypes, Fu Manchu is also a character that's been played by some of the greatest actors, especially of the horror industry of all time. But be that as it may, I think we discussed it enough. It's time for us to get back to the first of two halves of the Drums of Fu Manchu. So with that being said, let's roll it! Time for chapter 5! Dr. Chang disclosed the location of the cardiac segment of Alan Parker, Sir Denis Smith. Sir Denis Smith moves a Daikon who overhears the conversation with Alan trails the Daikon to Fu Manchu. Fu Manchu is unable to get the information from the Dakai before he dies. Alan Parker's threatened with death unless he reveals the location of the cardiac segment.
The information I require of you is such a small matter, and the price to you so great. I am certain you will see the wisdom of changing your decision.
car.
Stop at Randolph so we can tell them what we learned from Dr. Chang.
Right. We'll turn the dacoit over to the police on the way to Howard's.
Then the final clue to the lost tomb of Genghis Khan is on the altar stone in Mr. Howard's collection?
Yes, my dear. And I can assure you that Dr. Chang didn't exaggerate when he said Howard is eccentric. I've had some dealings with him.
Eccentric or not, we've got to get the Kardak stone before Fu Manchu learns about it.
Dalla Ro, calling illustrious one. Dalla Ro, calling illustrious one.
This is your master, Fumanchu. Speak, where are you?
Am held prisoner in your car by white men.
No harm shall come to you because of your faithfulness. Keep this radio open.
Yes, illustrious one.
Sir Nayland Smith himself may tell me the secret of the Kelba Khan scroll.
Perhaps we should call in the police.
That might only serve to irritate Mr. Howard. But I'm sure he will cooperate when he finds out how serious the situation is.
I agree with Sir Nayland. Of course, we'll have to turn over our dacoit prison to the police. But we don't have to mention the Kardak segment.
Right.
See you later, Mary.
It's very fortunate that we discovered the location of the altar stone before Fu Manchu. If the sacred scepter of Genghis Khan ever falls into his hands, he will have unbelievable power over the natives of Asia.
He must be mad to believe he can make himself dictator of so vast an empire.
Not as mad as you think. He knows the legend of the Holy Year, and that the natives are expecting the coming of a Messiah. If he gets the scepter, he will be that Messiah.
Then we can't afford to underestimate his strength. He won't be fooled easily.
I believe we fooled him this time. Oh, by the way, after you've delivered this dacoit to the police, carry on to the Historical Museum and pick up the altar stone. I'll meet you at Randolph later.
When Fu Manchu learns this segment has been at the museum all this while, he'll be furious. Especially when he discovers we've beaten him to it.
At Lokai summon the dacoits.
I've arranged everything, Alan, everything. Just as you suggested when you telephoned from the police station.
I knew you would, Professor Anderson. Are you ready, Lieutenant?
Ready, willing, and able, Mr. Parker.
Well, what are we waiting for?
Come with me. It's in my office. You go out and keep the boys out of sight. I'll stay here with Tommy. If nothing happens, we trail Parker, understand? Extraordinary. Quite. It's never happened before.
Feels like it might be a brick.
That's exactly what it is. And now, Alan, do you mind explaining this mystery?
Not at all, Professor Anderson. We have reason to believe that we've tricked Fu Manchu. Why, he chases me, thinking I have the cardiac segment. Smith is on his way to Ezra Howard's country estate to get the genuine Alderstone.
Very clever, this young American, but not sufficiently clever.
And you expect Fu Manchu or his men to attack you as you leave?
Yes, that's why the police are here.
Well, good luck to you.
Thank you.
What is it?
The drums of Fu Manchu.
All I can say about Fu Manchu's assistance is I'd rather have a bottle in front of me than a front of the bottle.
Thanks a lot, Lieutenant. You can take him down to headquarters, and I'll be down to help grill him later.
Alan. There were 5 dacoits, Alan.
How do you know?
I just found the missing wax statues, 5 of them in a closet. Of course, minus their costumes, which the dacoits wore. And one of them belongs in my office.
Your office? It was a dacoit, all right. He went out that window. He won't lose any time telling Fu Manchu about Howard.
You can use the phone.
No use. Howard refuses to have a phone installed. I've got to get to Smith.
Ain't nothing but a hound dog.
You must realize that your problems are no concern of mine. You will have to be content with an examination of the cardiac segment here. Under no circumstances will I permit it to leave my possession.
There's no doubt about it. It is the cardiac segment. If Fu Manchu discovers you own this...
Fu Manchu means nothing to me.
I sincerely hope he never does. As for the segment...
Well, please complete your examination so Cardo may return it to my safe.
Is there no way I can convince you, Mr. Howard? To you, this is just another curio. But to the tribes of Asia, it unquestionably means the difference between a disastrous war and peace.
Perhaps a drink will help your disposition.
Thank you.
Cardo, mix one of my special drinks for Sir Nayland.
Special drinks.
Let's make ourselves comfortable. Your warning amuses me, but I don't fear the Fu Manchus of this world. My house has been built especially to thwart them.
But if Fu Manchu knew you had the segment, this is precisely the sort of night he would select to move against it.
My grounds, Sir Nayland,
are patrolled by a pack of these animals. Diablo here is the only tame one. As for the others, well, Fu Manchu is welcome to attempt an entrance.
Fu Manchu has survived worse dangers. The disposition of the Kardec segment does not concern me personally. I'm asking you to lend it in the name of the English Commonwealth of Nations and for the peace of Central Asia. Now let me explain.
An interesting explanation, Sir Nayland. You know, nights like this exhilarate me.
I am too vividly reminded of similar nights, Mr. Howard. Nights through which Fu Manchu stalked men like you and me.
Decision. You may take the Kardec segment.
I feel much better when this is in a vault.
Seems to me I hear drums.
The drums of Fu Manchu. His death signal. We're in for it.
Next week, Chapter 6. Death dials a number. Woo. Gotta love these old-fashioned serials. Keep you on the edge of your seat. Want more. Dials a number. Sir Denis Smith is at the home of Urza Howard, an effort to secure the Kardec segment. Fumanchu, the dacoits, unknown to Sir Nayland, closing in on the Howard estate. Alan Parker's on his way to warn Sir Nayland Smith. Fu Manchu's presence.
I've come to a decision. You may take the cardiac segment.
The drums of Fu Manchu. His death signal. We're in for it.
Not the doggy. You are truly evil.
Howard!
The segment! They've got it!
Get the cardiac segment.
Alan! Alan! Over here! We can compare notes later. Fu Manchu got away with the cardiac segment. But look here. What is it? A perfect imprint of the cardiac segment. The key to Genghis Khan's tomb. Here, hold these. What are you going to do? I'm going to get some plaster Paris and make a mirage of it.
This is the key to the lost tomb of Genghis Khan.
You mean it definitely locates the tomb?
No, not exactly, Dr. Petrie. You see, the inscription here is not complete. Now, the segment is only part of a message that is inscribed on a temple altar somewhere in Central Asia.
Then this must be inserted in the altar before the whole message can be read.
That is right, Sir Nayland.
And Fu Manchu has the original. He's probably on his way to Asia with it right now.
Right, Alan. But he hasn't had time to leave the country yet. And we can block that. Police headquarters, please. Hello, police headquarters. This is Sir Nayland Smith of the British Foreign Office. I want to spread a dragnet to stop Fu Manchu. Dr. Petrie, will you take the harbor squad?
Right.
Professor Randolph, will you take the Union Railroad Station?
Certainly.
And I will work with Captain Bevins of the State Highway Patrol.
What may I do, Sir Nayland?
Alan, I'm afraid yours is the most difficult part. You're a pilot. You know airfield routine. Will you take Central Airport?
Yes, sir, I will.
Illustrious father, this is your daughter. It is impossible to charter a plane. The men of the FBI are checking every movement.
Sir Nayland has worked rapidly. Are you certain it is Alan Parker?
Yes, illustrious one. He passed within a few feet of me, but fortunately I was not recognized.
Listen carefully, fellow Swede. It is important that he see you.
Yes, Father. I understand.
Doctor to see. If you're not Fumanchu.
Welcome to my humble abode, Mr. Parker. Permit me to present Professor Kranz, the eminent plastic artist.
What do you want with me?
Just a slight favor, Mr. Parker. Your friend, Sir Nayland Smith, has made it necessary for me to, shall I say, borrow your face for a while. I am there. Is the light satisfactory, Professor?
Perfectly. And an excellent subject. Features definite, racial lines not too pronounced. I shall not be long to meet you. There, it is done.
A perfect likeness, Professor Kranz. Your fame is justified.
Now, if you will lie here, Fumanchu. You may get up now. I should like to see if you can speak with comfort, Fumanchu.
With the utmost comfort, Professor Kranz. My dear Parker, I'm sure I would be accepted even by Sir Nayland Smith. Now.
You'll never get away with it.
Take off his clothes. Thank you, Professor. My daughter, Barlow Swee, will send you your fee.
Good day, Doc.
Not the perfect fit to which I am accustomed, but it will serve admirably. I'm forced to this action, Parker, because he might escape from here and tell of my deception. That would be awkward. Furthermore, I might be interfered with. If so, you will make an excellent hostage.
Nothing short of death will keep me from tracking you down, Fu Manchu.
Ah, you speak glibly of death. I trust you will meet it with equal ease.
Then you are going to kill me.
There's the remote possibility that you may live. If Sir Nayland Smith captures me, I shall use your life as an exchange for my liberty. If not, you will die at exactly 3:30, when I'm safe across the border on my way to the audience. The object you see attached to the telephone box is a device containing an explosive known for its shattering effect. It will be fired when the telephone bell rings.
I hope it rings now.
Impossible. Only 2 people, my daughter and myself, know the number. That telephone will ring when I want it to.
Here, boy.
Alan?
Never mind.
Where on earth have you been? Sir Nayland has all the field officials looking for you.
No cause to worry about me. I've been very busy. Here, take this to Sir Nayland at once.
But Alan...
No questions now. It's important. And hurry.
I can't understand it. Alan should have reported an hour ago.
It's from Alan. I saw him at the airport. He says it's important.
Call Gladstone 4453 at 3:30. Do not fail me. Alan. Wait a moment. It isn't 3:30, and this is not Alan's handwriting.
What does it all mean?
I don't know, Petrie, but we'll soon find out. Hello, operator. This is Sir Nayland Smith of British Foreign Office, and this is an official call. I would like to get the name and address of your subscriber, who has telephone number Gladstone 4453. Thank you. It's a private phone listed to the Oriental Importing Company, 940 Ferguson Street.
That's funny.
I think funny's a poor choice of words, Petrie. Come, we best hurry.
Where to?
940 Ferguson Street. We still have half an hour. Is in the next block. We'll give the police a chance to surround the place, then move in. We'll locate a telephone, and at exactly 3:30, I want you to call that number and hold whoever answers in conversation. I'd call myself, but if it is Fu Manchu's place, he might recognize my voice.
All right, Sir Nayland.
We must be across the border now. I can put in my call.
Yes?
I wish to make a phone call.
Certainly.
All right, Mary, put through the call.
Calling Central Airport for plane to land connection. Get me Gladstone 4453. The line is busy.
Never mind.
Next week, Chapter 7, Vengeance of the Sci-Fan. Well, that's going to wrap it up for this showing. We'll do part 2 soon, where we can have the second half of the Drums of Dr. Fu Manchu. So far, I have been enjoying this quite a bit. Had a lot of fun. Brought back old memories. And I hope you've been enjoying it with me. And if you have, I have a small favor to ask. I need to get 1,000 subscriptions to unlock most of YouTube features. And sadly, I recently made a video where I came out announcing my support for the furry community and that I might be a furry too. And I used some adult language, and it was particularly cringy, I freely admit. Sadly, some people didn't appreciate my sense of humor, and I lost a few subscriptions. But I gotta be me. I can't help it. Who else am I gonna be? If I'm not me, am I gonna be you? Or somebody else? I don't know. So, I gotta ask if you could help me out. Please subscribe so I can get 1,000 subscriptions. And of course, you can always share and like and comment so more people see our videos. That would be great. I mean, I love these movies. I love making these videos. It is my dream to be a horror host. And, you know, sadly, I had a different channel on YouTube that had thousands of subscriptions. And we had over 100 videos. But something happened. And my editor and producer, the person who ran that channel, disappeared off the face of the planet. And all the videos were gone. So there, my illustrious career as a horror host came to an abrupt end. And now I'm trying my best to reclaim my glory, video by video. But sadly, I don't have a good production crew. I don't have a good editor because I don't have any money. And, well, I don't have a producer. I don't have a sponsor. And I don't have 1,000 subscriptions, so I can't unlock most of YouTube's features. So sadly, I need your help. So if you could help me by subscribing, by getting your friends to subscribe, by sharing and liking and commenting my video, it'd be great. You'd help make the dreams of a demented madman, a cringy middle-aged freak, come true. And yes, I am a little bit of a monster myself. I am the personification of the void. I am the basilisk. You know they say if you stare at the void long enough, it stares back. I am the void, coming in human form to share the dark secrets of the universe and beyond. All the dark knowledge human beings were not meant to know. But I'm doing it here on YouTube, or in person if you happen to meet me in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. So, please help me out. Please subscribe. Please share and like. And make sure you watch our future episodes. After all, I'm very certain you want to see the second half of the Drums of Fu Manchu. So until next time, enjoy the daylight, because you know we'll be lurking in your dreams and haunting your nightmares.